r/ask Reddit. What is, in your opinion, the biggest flaw of the human body? Pretty much any autoimmune disease. The body can literally kill itself trying to protect itself. Attention. Task failed successfully. How close the food pipe and windpipe are. Apparently it has something to do with those peculiarly specific mouth sounds we make, or so I'm told, like something got shortened a bit to make that easier and then choking became a possibility. Other apes don't have descended larynx like ours, so they can breathe and eat at the same time. But they can only pronounce a few vowel sounds. Having a lower larynx lets us actually talk the way we do, but yet choking is the trade-off. Allergies, or said another way, your immune system flipping the duck out because you bumped into a peanut, dust mite, shrimp, cat, etc. The immune system is like an undisciplined army of mercenaries you keep inside your body. They can brutally slay a lot of enemies, but sometimes they just get bored and start attacking civilians. There are many, but, notably to me is how easily damaged the knee joints and the spine are. They next to impossible completely repair. Once damaged they are never really right again. Knees make no damn sense. If I wipe the wrong direction I could get an infection that could spread to my kidneys and kill me. Why have we got to wipe at all? My dog's butt is magically clean after every poop. Why can't ours do that? Though I don't envy cats who have to lick themselves clean. Fun fact. Most mammals prolapse their rectum slightly when they poop. That's what helps it come out clean if they're not sick. It's a damn shame this didn't develop with humans given our giant sheiks are literally our claim to bipedal fame, though probs isn't super necessary on the OG high fiber diet. How fragile the brain is. Put all these comments together and the human body seems like it's all just a piece of junk. It's never been the survival of the fittest, it's the survival of the good enough and lucky. Your brain replaying embarrassing moments over and over until you die. Thanks, now it's doing that. Cancer. Routine processes meant to repair the body create mistakes that in turn create tumors. Relatedly, inability to feel when something is amiss with an internal organ until it's too late. A close friend just got diagnosed with stage IV pancreatic cancer and had no symptoms at all until 8 weeks ago. Meanwhile, let me bump my toe against some furniture and have my nerves scream at me, ugh, something is wrong, we were struck by an object, we need attention over here, get an ice pack for land's sakes, are you trying to get killed? Well, before advanced medicine, even if we could feel stuff wrong with internal organs, there's nothing we could do about it. So there would be no purpose for that pain. Ectopic pregnancy. Ovaries are ovulating and doing their things. Eggs and whatnot. An egg decides enough is enough. And with the help of a hormone surge, wants out of that shit bigger and better things. So the egg literally punches out and is supposed to go straight into the fallopian tubes, get fertilized while inside the tubes, and then plant in the uterus. You would think that the entrance of the fallopian tubes would connect right to the ovary? Nah, the opening of the fallopian tube has these little hairs, fimbriae, that are like wacky inflatable tube men in front of sketchy used car lots, and kind of guide the egg into the fallopian tube. Sometimes, the eggs don't feel like it going, and they venture off, and if fertilized, it's considered an ectopic pregnancy. It can plant anywhere in the abdominal cavity at that point. Most of the time, it will die because it has to plant in a well-vascularized region to be viable. Sometimes, it finds a good, bloody spot and starts growing there. At that point it's essentially a tumor, and of it can eat enough into a blood vessel. It can rupture and bleed like shit. You would think that millions of years of evolution would create a fallopian tube that opens up right to the ovary, but that's not the case. As someone who had emergency surgery yesterday for a live ectopic, I completely agree. Ectopics are rare and getting pregnant on the Myarena coil is extremely rare, but I'm proof it happens. Ladies, if you have a Myarena and pregnancy symptoms, do a test just to make sure. Catching my ectopic early is what saved my life. Also, shout out to the doctor who, even though I experienced no symptoms of an ectopic, was worried enough to book an emergency scan. And to the scan technician who very briefly caught a glimpse of something and chose to further explore. His diligence and her persistence prevented a very serious situation. Getting tired and needing to sleep. I could have done so much shit if I hadn't had to sleep. Though really, I probably would have just still not done anything. I agree, but then I imagine longer work days. And just like that, I believe the human body requires twice as much sleep as is currently suggested. A quick tap to the testicles renders a man useless for at least a solid 5 minutes. Ears being so fragile and irreparable. Yes, your cochlea and your vestibular organs do not have backup blood supplies. So if you lose one to a stroke, you essentially lose hearing or balance function. Also how the cochlear hair cells do not regenerate with damage or loss, resulting in hearing loss. You can control your bladder and sphincter. Why isn't there a mechanism to hold in your period? Or better yet, why can't we have a period like we poop or pee? Just sit on the toilet for 1-2 minutes a month, then job done. No pain. No rashes from tampons, pads. Perfect. That would be really nice. The toilet would look like a murder scene, but it'd certainly be more convenient. Not being able to hold our breath long. Quick oxygen usage. The whole oxygen thing was a mistake. Alkaline cells. That's where it's at. Nonsense. If we get a choice, we should go straight for the nuclear option. That's something as important as the brain can stop functioning properly because of chemical imbalances. Make it a microchip. Now it can stop functioning because of electrical imbalances. My depression seconds this. The brain is like, everything okay with your life? Cool, now I'm gonna make you feel like shit for no reason and make you lose all motivation. And oh, this just ruined your life. Have fun in therapy. My personal greatest flaw in the human body is to be the immune system. Sure, I bet a lot of you have perfectly functional immune systems, but mine has decided my gastrointestinal tract is the enemy and must be eliminated at all costs. So basically whatever programming error led to my Crohn's disease. That's the biggest flaw. We're physiologically built to have sex with as many people as possible as soon as we hit puberty, but practically, socially, and psychologically, that's a really bad idea. The brain should be better secured in the head. Rattling the brain inside the skull can mess a person up, so if it was more secure it would be safer. Right now my shin is itchy for no goddamn reason. I think that's a pretty big flaw. Tumors. Organ ruptures caused by typical functions going wrong. Many things about pregnancy, periods and ovarian cysts. Also, for women, that the urethra is so short and so close to the vagina and anus. Overstoring fat. I get hanging on to 20 pounds of the stuff just in case you need to tap into that energy, but at 50, 100, 300 pounds our bodies are still like, well, better still stock up. You never know if we'll find any food this upcoming year. The amount of time it takes for us to grow and mature to a level where we are able to contribute and not be 100% dependent on our parents' family unit, or the fact we have a useless organ that randomly ruptures and will kill you if you don't seek treatment for it. The pain and complications associated with giving birth. Giraffes can birth a whole tiny giraffe foods and all and go about their day, yet women are still enduring massive amounts of pain and or death during childbirth. It seems evolutionarily unproductive. The genitals aren't protected by any bones and are utterly fragile. Our lumbar and ass aren't really that great at holding us up, and this is why everyone has back problems regardless of whether they spend their lives working out, sitting in a chair, or in between. Evolutionarily, we should have spent more time in trees waiting for our muscles and such to develop more to support the greater half of our bodies being held upright without destroying the system that's meant to do exactly that. The brain hardware has some compatibility issues with the software. That is, patch random boners, aggression instinct, need for attention, staring at boobs and affection for shiny stuff. Then we can talk. The brain, if you don't treat it right, it can duck you up, having you believing you need something when you know it's bad for you, make you think horrible things and sometimes do horrible things. If you don't feed it positive information, you can grow up believing in evil or ignorant things, and it controls everything. Definitely motion sickness. Periods. As someone who never wants kids, I'm always reminded of how pointless the whole process is for me. Whoa, You made it to the end, you're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.